What are you guys doing in my house? Right. The new channel. All about reptiles. But pardon this is not appropriate attire for the discussion. So why don't you guys hold on one moment and I'll be back with you in a second. No peeking. There we go. Much better. Definitely a veterinarian type look to it. Except it's covered in cat fur. Fantastic. So, you guys want to learn about snakes? Well, there's one very important basic lesson that you'll need to learn in order to take care of a snake. And that's how to feed it properly. Not only properly, but safely. So, welcome to Water Gap Reptiles. Let's go take a look at some snakes. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a corn snake. More importantly, this is Scylla. She is a beautiful blood red corn snake. And it is time for her to eat. What you may need to know about your snake, whether it be a ball python, corn snake, or king snake, whatever you have, is the appropriate time and times and weights of your meals for them to eat. Scylla, as you can see, is a very beautiful blood red, not quite an adult, but still quite big. She is currently eating what we call hoppers, or fuzzies, however you're going to determine them by their size. Me, I prefer to feed frozen thawed. You gonna say hello? No, you're just like, I want to eat. Say hello. There you go. So, not only is it her time to eat, it's also for Kronos and Izanami. So why don't I show you how I prepare a meal for these three beautiful corn snakes. Now, with all honesty, when it comes to feeding your snakes, you're not going to want to really touch them on the day before, day of, and day after. Mainly because they could get a bit temperamental. But as you can tell, Scylla, she don't care. She just is happy to go along for the ride. Now, frozen thawed, you can find at any pet store. They come frozen, you keep them frozen. What I like to do is the day of their feeding schedule, when they eat, I create what's called a pack and go. This is in case anybody comes to help take care of them in case you're gone, they know what to feed them. Now, the term frozen thawed, what does that mean? Simple. They start out frozen, and you thaw them. Simple. So, how does one thaw a frozen mouse? First thing, grab your mouse. Simple. I'm telling you, it's very, very easy. Also, to give you an idea of how you go about determining what's the appropriate size, usually the size of their head will depict the size of the meal they can eat. If the meal is too big, they can't eat it. If the meal is too small, they're gonna eat it and still be hungry. We got 3 snakes, 3 mice. But I prefer to give Scylla and Kronos, you'll meet him in a little bit, their own second helping. So that way they'll grow big and strong. Now, when it comes to water, you don't want it to be searing hot, but you don't want it to be cold. You want it to just relax and just sit in there and thaw. What I like to do is just keep them in, dump the water. Let's make this a little bit warmer. Room temperature is the key. There we go. Now, you just let it sit and thaw. When they're nice and squishy, we'll be back, and I'll show you step 2. Now, this little guy is Kronos. As you can tell, he has definitely a different attitude compared to Scylla. while we're getting the mice all taken care of, this little guy is going to be out and about, but I want to give you guys a small peek at Kronos. And as for you've seen Kronos and Scylla, this is Izanami. She's a beautiful opal corn snake, very, very tiny. When we originally got her from a reptile expo, she was the size of a pencil. She's still kind of the size of a pencil. But her personality is a bit more closer to Scylla, just with a little bit of Kronos' attitude. Now that the mouse, or mice in this case, is de-thawed, you're going to pour out the water. But what I'm going to do, and what I think is a good idea, is to give it a blast of hot water. What the hot water will do is will make the outside warmer. It'll give the snakes something to see. Unlike you and me, we see a green cup, here's a green cup. Walmart brand. But snakes don't see that. Snakes see just this image. But it's in ultra color. So if it's hot, it'll glow. It'll glow usual red color. If it's cold, it'll be like a purple. They want something that's body temperature. So they can easily mistake your finger for a mouse because your body is warmer than the mouse. Now, you got your mice. What I would recommend is drying it off. It doesn't have to be, dried off, but it's a good thing to just dry it off. Just kind of put them in a towel, put them in a paper towel, toilet paper, give them a good pat. Make sure they're nice and dry. You'll know they're good when they're wiggly. And when they're nice and warm to the touch. Now, let's put them in the bag and show you the proper way to feed your snakes. Now that we're back, let's teach you guys the proper way to feed your corn snake. Also, viewer discretion is advised. You will be seeing an animal eating another animal. It may be dead, but still, viewer discretion is advised. I feel more comfortable because I have a trust with my snakes to just pick it up and offer it like this. What you're going to want is a set of tongs. It'll grip it, you just lean in and offer. Why don't we feed Kronos, since he's right here eagerly waiting? Now, you guys may have seen, you've gotten to see Izanami, you've gotten to see Kronos eating, but Scylla wasn't involved in it. That's because she didn't want to eat. Now, don't get too upset because there is reasons why snakes won't eat. One of them could be improper temperature. So, don't worry, I checked. The second thing is because they may not feel like it. Which is an honest-to-God thing. If the snake doesn't want to eat, it's not going to eat. The third thing, which is this case, it's shedding. When a snake sheds, they may not want food, but that's okay. The reason I recommend frozen thaw is because they don't want to eat it today. Put it back in a Ziploc baggie, refreeze it, in 3 days, offer it again. There's no big harm, but it is important to make sure that they do eat. Snakes can go quite a bit of time on fasting. Well, they won't eat for maybe a month, but after that point, it's very serious. This is one of the reasons I say you should get a reptile vet. I know it may just be a hobby to take care of, but you're responsible for this snake's life. So, now that we know the proper way to take care of a snake, here's a little quiz for you at the end of the show. What is the appropriate way to take care and feed a snake? What should you be using? A. Tongs. B. A fork. Or C. Your hands. Put down in the description what you think the correct answer is. And, as always, this has been Water Gap Reptiles. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Please remember, like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to turn notifications on, so that way you won't miss a single video of Water Gap Reptiles.